Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we're diving into some of the dumbest things people do on camera. You know, those moments that make you cringe so hard you almost feel bad for laughing? Almost. But hey, at least they're entertaining, right? From epic prank fails to dance moves that would make a statue question its existence, we've got it all. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. We've all seen those prank videos, right? The ones that go viral and get millions of views because they're just so outrageous or funny. The ones where someone goes through elaborate setups like rigging the bathroom mirror with air horns or replacing their friend's shampoo with hair removal cream. These pranks take a lot of planning and sometimes even a bit of engineering to pull off, and you know what? Sometimes those pranks are hilarious. The reactions are priceless and everyone gets a good laugh out of it. It's all in good fun, right? But more often than not, they go spectacularly wrong. The prankster's grand plan backfires, and instead of laughter, there's chaos and sometimes even a bit of pain. Like that time a guy tried to scare his girlfriend by popping out of the closet wearing a gorilla suit. He thought it would be the ultimate scare, something they'd laugh about for years. Problem was, she had just gotten off a 12-hour shift, was completely exhausted, and reacted by clocking him in the face with a lamp. Not exactly the reaction he was hoping for. Or, that other time a group of friends decided to TP their buddy's car, while he was still driving it. They thought it would be hilarious to see his reaction when he stepped out of the car. Let's just say it didn't end well for anyone involved, especially the poor sap who got a speeding ticket. The prank turned into a costly mistake. And who can forget those invisible box challenges? They were all the rage for a while, with people trying to step over a non-existent box. You know, where people pretend to step over a non-existent box. It looks simple, but it's actually quite tricky to pull off without looking ridiculous. Yeah, those are always good for a laugh, especially when the person completely wipes out. It's like watching a slow-motion train wreck. You can't look away. It's like watching a baby giraffe try to walk for the first time, except less graceful. The awkwardness is both endearing and hilarious. Look, I get it. Pranking can be funny. It's a way to bond with friends and create memorable moments, but there's a fine line between funny and foolish. But maybe, just maybe, stick to the classics, like putting salt in the sugar bowl or short-sheeting the bed. These pranks are harmless and still get a good laugh. Leave the elaborate setups to the professionals, or at least to people who have a firm grasp on common sense. After all, the best pranks are the ones where everyone can laugh together without anyone getting hurt or ending up with a speeding ticket. Ah, dancing. It's a beautiful form of self-expression, a way to let loose and have fun. Unless, of course, you're completely rhythmically challenged. Then it's just painful to watch. And unfortunately, thanks to the internet, we've all borne witness to some truly cringe-worthy dance moves. There's the classic dad at a wedding dance where the poor guy looks like he's trying to swat away a bee while simultaneously fighting off a seizure. And let's not forget the overly enthusiastic club dancer, the one who's convinced they're God's gift to the dance floor, even though they look like an inflatable tube man flailing in the wind. And then there are the people who try to recreate those viral dance crazes. You know, the ones with the complicated choreography and the catchy tunes. Yeah, those rarely end well. It's like watching a car crash in slow motion, except instead of twisted metal, it's flailing limbs and awkward facial expressions. Look, I'm all for people expressing themselves through dance. But maybe, just maybe, leave the complicated routines to the professionals and stick to the electric slide. Or, you know, just sway awkwardly in the corner, like the rest of us. They say the way to someone's heart is through their stomach. And there's something undeniably charming about a home-cooked meal, especially when it's made with love and care. But let's be honest, not every culinary endeavor ends up being a heartwarming success. But if that's the case, then some people are serving up a whole lot of disappointment. It's not always about the effort. Sometimes, it's just about the sheer lack of skill or experience. Because let's face it, not everyone is cut out for the culinary arts. The kitchen can be a battlefield, and not everyone emerges victorious. For some, it's a place of endless frustration and chaos. And thanks to the internet, we get a front row seat to some truly epic cooking disasters. Social media has turned these kitchen mishaps into a form of entertainment, where we can laugh and learn from others' mistakes. There's the classic Pinterest fail, where the expectation versus reality gap is hilariously wide, where someone tries to recreate a picture-perfect dish, meticulously following every step of the recipe, but ends up with something that looks like it was attacked by a pack of rabid raccoons. The disappointment is palpable, but the humor is undeniable. And let's not forget the microwave master chefs, those who believe that the microwave is the ultimate cooking tool. Who think they can cook anything in that magical box, from gourmet meals to complex desserts, only to end up with a smoky kitchen and an inedible mess. The microwave might be convenient, but it's not a miracle worker. And then there are the people who try to show off their knife skills. They watch a few cooking shows and suddenly think they're ready for Iron Chef, you know, the ones who think they're Bobby Flay, flipping food in the pan with flair but end up looking like they're trying to perform surgery on a grapefruit with a butter knife. It's a recipe for disaster, quite literally. Yeah, those are always good for a laugh, especially when they capture the moment on camera for the world to see. Especially when they inevitably end up with a band-aid and a trip to the emergency room. Safety first, folks. Look, I applaud anyone who tries their hand at cooking. It's a skill that takes time and practice to master. But maybe, just maybe, start with something simple like boiling water or making toast. Master the basics before moving on to more complex dishes. And leave the fancy stuff to the professionals. They make it look easy, but there's a reason they get paid to do it. Or at least to people who can tell the difference between a spatula and a whisk. Cooking is an art, and like any art, it requires the right tools and a lot of patience. Interviews. They're nerve-wracking enough as it is, even when you're not being filmed. But add a camera to the mix and suddenly even the most articulate person can turn into a bumbling mess. And boy, oh boy, has the internet provided us with some truly awkward interview moments. There's the classic deer in the headlights look where the interviewee just freezes up and stares blankly at the camera, like they've been asked to solve a complex mathematical equation. And let's not forget the oversharers who treat the interview like a therapy session, divulging their deepest, darkest secrets to a national audience. And then there are the people who just can't seem to keep their stories straight. You know, the ones who contradict themselves every other sentence like they're auditioning for a role in a bad spy movie. Yeah, those are always good for a laugh, especially when the interviewer calls them out on their BS. Look, I get it, interviews can be tough, but maybe, just maybe, try to relax, be yourself, and avoid telling any stories that involve bodily fluids or illegal activities. And if all else fails, just remember, it's just an interview. It's not like you're on live television or anything. Oh, wait. Fitness. It's a beautiful thing, isn't it? The idea of transforming your body, pushing your limits, and achieving those goals you set for yourself. It's like a personal journey of self-improvement, a quest for a better, healthier you. The dedication, the discipline, the sweat, the grunting. Okay, maybe not so much the grunting, but you get the picture. It's all part of the process, right? The effort you put in is supposed to yield results, and every drop of sweat is a testament to your hard work. But hey, whatever gets you moving, right? Whether it's a morning jog in the park, a high-energy Zumba class, or just stretching out those muscles, it's all good. The important thing is that you're doing something, anything to keep active. Unless, of course, your idea of getting moving involves attempting exercises that are clearly beyond your skill level. We've all been there, trying to impress or just overestimating our abilities. It's a fine line between pushing your limits and pushing your luck. Then it's just, well, let's just say it's a good thing those gym mats are padded. Because let's face it, sometimes our ambitions get the better of us, and we end up flat on our backs, staring at the ceiling, wondering what went wrong. We've all seen those videos, right? The ones that go viral, where someone's epic fail becomes everyone's entertainment. It's like a rite of passage in the fitness world. If you haven't had a gym fail, are you even trying hard enough? The ones where someone tries to show off their impressive weightlifting skills, only to end up dropping the barbell on their own foot? Ouch. It's a painful reminder that sometimes less is more. Or how about the ones where someone attempts a complicated yoga pose only to topple over like a Jenga tower? Yoga is supposed to be about balance and inner peace, but sometimes it's more about balancing your pride after a fall. And let's not forget the treadmill fails. Oh, the treadmill fails. Those are always classic. It's like the treadmill has a mind of its own, and it's out to get you. One moment you're running, the next you're flying off the back. It's like watching a hamster try to escape from its wheel. Except instead of a hamster, it's a grown adult, and instead of a wheel, it's a moving walkway of doom. The treadmill can be a great tool for fitness, but it can also be a source of endless amusement. Look, I'm all for people trying to stay in shape. It's important to take care of your body and your health. But there's no shame in starting small. Everyone has to begin somewhere, and it's better to build up gradually than to risk injury. But maybe, just maybe, start with something a little less ambitious than bench pressing your own body weight or attempting a handstand on a Bosu ball. There's plenty of time to work up to those advanced moves. Patience and consistency are key, and if you do decide to film your workout, maybe, just maybe, make sure there's someone around to spot you. Or at least call 911 when it all goes inevitably wrong. Because let's be honest, sometimes the best laid plans end in the most unexpected ways. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more hilarious content. See you next time.